Rest in the presence and hold space.
Ganapataye Namo Namaha. Ganapataye Namo Namaha. Ganapataye Namo Namaha. Jai Ganesha Gananatha Dayaniti Sakala Vignakara Dhura Hamare. Jai Ganesha Gananatha Dayaniti Sakala Vignakara Dhura Hamare. Ganapataye Namo Namaha. Ganapataye Namo Namaha. Ganapataye Namo Namaha. Ganapataye Namo Namaha. Ganapataye Ganapataye Namo Namaha. Ganapataye Namo Namaha. Omega Dantaya Vidmahi Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Danti Prachodayat. Ganapataye Namo Namaha. 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 Jai Ganesha Gananatha Dayaniti Sakala Vignakara Dhura Hamare. Jai Ganesha Gananatha Dayaniti Sakala Vignakara Dhura Hamare. Ganapataye Namo Namaha. Ganapataye Namo Namaha Gam Ganapataye Namo Namaha Jai Ganesha Gananata Dayaniti Sakala Vigna Karadura Hamari Jai Ganesha Gananata Dayaniti Sakala Vigna Karadura Hamari Ganapataye Namo Namaha Ganapataye Namo Namaha Ganapataye Namo Namaha Ganapataye Namo Ganapataye Namo Namaha Suklam Bharadram Vishnu Sasivarnam Chaturvujam Prasannavadanam Dhyaye Sarvavignyopashantaye Sarvavignyopashantam Ganapataye Namo Namaha Ganapataye Namo Namaha Ganapataye Namo Namaha Ganapataye Namo Namaha Jai Ganesha Gananata Dayaniti Sakala Vigna Karadura Hamari Jai Ganesha Gananata Dayaniti Sakala Vigna Karadura Hamari Ganapataye Namo Namaha Ganapataye Namo Namaha Ganapataye Namo Namaha Ganapataye
Namaste.
Namaste.
Welcome to our weekly online Satsang. Satsang means community of truth. A Satsang is simply when two or more seekers of truth come together to share their journey, to share their challenges, their discoveries, their collectively generated presence. And it's an essential part of our spiritual journey, not just ours, but all of ours, to share in community, spiritual community with others. And we feel it's really important to have a community locally that you meet with physically together to share blessings, to pray, to meditate, to encourage one another. In addition to that, these online satsangs serve an incredible purpose because we're able to join together from different continents and cultures and great distances, and just like we're together in the same place. So it's very helpful to people who haven't been able to find a local spiritual community they relate to. But even if you do, these online satsangs are a wonderful way to network and share our energy throughout the planet. So glad you're here. It's time for humanity to awaken from a collective insanity rooted in competition, conflict, and war into a collective awakening rooted in cooperation, harmony, and peace. That happens when the human heart awakens to its true nature, which is enlightenment. The human heart, in our essence, at our true center, our essential nature is Bodhi. It is enlightenment itself. It is the divine. It is fully divine and one with the Godhead. So everything we've been looking for, whether you were seeking enlightenment and or God realization, it's you. And it's resonant within you, awaiting your discovery deep within. The outer world's simply a reflection of the inner world. So when we see light shining from the face of a saint or an enlightened master, or there's some incredible energy vortex in a place of power that we feel uplifting our consciousness, we need to know, sooner or later, that all of that is just a mirror, reflecting to us the light that is within us. If it wasn't shining within us, an enlightened teacher couldn't hold up a mirror and reflect it back to us. And that's what's happening when we see the light in their eyes and their face. So we share the Flowering Heart blessing, which takes you right to that place. The purpose of the Flowering Heart blessing is to awaken the spiritual heart, the indwelling divine, the Paramatma, the cosmic Christ. And it works very effectively. So we invite you to join with us in sharing this blessing throughout the webcast tonight, because you can. The divine said anyone that receives this blessing is instantly initiated to be able to give it. It is absolutely free. It's a gift of grace, so we charge nothing for it. And it doesn't belong to any spiritual tradition per se, or master or hierarchy or organization. It belongs to the divine itself. And the divine shares the blessing with whosoever it wills. And that's us tonight. So drink it in, bask in it, and just invite the divine to pour it through you to all the other participants in this satsang. Those with us tonight, those that will be watching the video in the days ahead. We have many, many more people that watch it, tune in, participate from Monday to Monday than the ones that do it on Monday night when we're live, because people have such, so many different time zones and schedules and responsibilities. So thank you for being here tonight. I'd like to invite anyone that is here or drops in to give us a like or a love. If you're on Facebook Live, if you're on Vimeo, just enter something in the chat. Hi, it's so-and-so, and tell us your name. That way at the end of the satsang we can see who joined us and send you special hugs and blessings. This coming Sunday is our monthly interfaith communion with the cosmic Christ. Once a month, almost always on the last Sunday of the month. We share a communion service that is open to everybody, regardless of your faith or lack thereof. You don't have to be a Christian, just need to want to be there. And you're welcome. Interfaith. And we focus on the cosmic Christ because a lot of people may not understand that what Christians conceive of in Jesus of Nazareth is an aspect of God that has existed forever and will exist forever. It's the Christ. The cosmic Christ is the spark of the divine that dwells at the center of everything in the universe, whether we're talking about a human or a plant or a tree or a mountain or a planet or a star or a galaxy. The universe itself, at the center of everything, is the divine source with the complete blueprint for transformation. And the primary qualities of the cosmic Christ are compassion and unconditional love, healing mercy, grace for transformation. So a lot of people these days relate to Christ consciousness and relate to the presence of the cosmic Christ, but don't relate to the Christian religion because of the historical facts of all the dogmas and the rules and the rituals that people have felt constrained by. And some people don't know how they feel about the historical Jesus of Nazareth that may have a deep relationship with the cosmic Christ. And vice versa. There are people that have a deep connection to the human incarnation, Jesus of Nazareth, that don't really understand the mystical depths of the cosmic Christ, of Christ consciousness. So we explore these things. It's a wonderful opportunity to experience that amazing presence of pure, unconditional love and compassion that is the Christ. And you're certainly welcome. It's Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Time till about 12:30 p.m. And it's live right here on Facebook Live or Vimeo or LinkedIn or YouTube. We're on lots of places. But you can always find it here on Facebook Live or Vimeo. It's archived. And so if you can't be with us Sunday morning, you can always tune in online. If you can't tune in when we're live online, then you can watch the recording later. This month, our meditation is focusing on growing into the light. And it's going to be a mystical delicacy of divine light. What can I say? I think you'll enjoy it. And it's appropriate because today is the spring equinox. And what in the world is the spring equinox? Oh, it's the beginning of spring. Yes, it is the beginning of spring. But why is it called equinox? Anybody know?
No.
Well, it's a couple of reasons. For one thing, the sun is just crossing the equator. And in the northern hemisphere, it's beginning to move north of the equator, and we begin to go into summer, into the time of light, which is why the focus on the theme of light as we pass the spring equinox and move toward the summer solstice. Another reason it's called the equinox is it's during the equinox, night and day are exactly the same length. They're equal. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
That is interesting.
There's also, of course, a fall equinox when the sun is also crossing the equator, but it's on its way to a path that is south of the equator, hence more distant from those of us in the northern hemisphere, and we're moving into winter, into the dark months. If you live south of the equator, and I know some of the people that join us in the Satsang, it's just the opposite. You're having what would be your fall equinox, and you're heading into winter as we're heading into summer. Isn't that interesting? And if you experimented and you watch how water goes down a drain, I don't know if you've ever done this, but it swirls in a particular direction as the water goes down the drain. If you're north of the equator, it swirls clockwise, going down the drain. If you're south of the equator, it's reversed, and it spins counterclockwise as it goes down the drain. It's like the electromagnetics are completely reversed on some levels. Useless but important information, right? So, but please join us if you can on Sunday. If you can be here in Clearwater, we gather in-house for the monthly interfaith communion, and we would love to have you present with us. What else?
I think that's it.
Okay, I guess that's it. So we open it for questions, best questions about some aspect of the spiritual journey. Something you've pondered, would like more clarity, more light about, maybe some guidance because you've been hitting some obstacles or impediments, blocks in your own journey. If you're willing to share that, the divine always gives us light to help you, and it helps everyone who gathers, because though our journeys are unique, they parallel one another, and we go through a lot of the same experiences, ups and downs and challenges along the way. So we have things that when we come together with others that have been on the path for a while, that we can share with one another, that just strengthens everybody. And that's your job. I say that, and every once in a while we get some good questions.
Yeah. The one last week about loneliness was really good. That theme has been coming up so much this week. I was really surprised. Somebody's brought up something about that just about once a day since last Monday. So it kind of got the ball rolling for other people to share and talk about it too, energetically.
Another reason that spiritual community is so important is because it gives us an opportunity to connect with others that are like-minded, of a like spirit. I often hear about people on the spiritual journey who start to feel isolated, and they tell me about it. And it's like, well, come on out to satsangs. Sit down with others that have the same weird feeling that you do. You can be in a group of 8 billion people and be lonely. Or you can be absolutely alone and not be the slightest bit lonely. So, but it's important to connect with others in community, to connect with others in service. But the real cure for loneliness is our communion with the divine. There's something in the heart of every human being that, until they're fully awakened, feels empty. It's yearning for something, and people try to fill that hole with human relationships, which can be very beautiful, but often people look for love in the wrong places, and they're trying to fill a hole inside that only the presence of God can fill. And once that place is filled with the light of the divine, we are in a healthy place to actually enter into a relationship with somebody else. We have something to give. We're not desperate. I'm so needy. Oh, please, can you just fill this void in my heart? Well, that's understandable. And we all go through times where we feel that way and probably act that out. But that's not love. Love is unconditionally giving, not to get anything back. And so there's got to be something going on inside that's overflowing and shining out of you in order to have something to give in a relationship. We'll wait a few minutes and see if anybody's got any questions they want to share. I told Suzanne I didn't have any
Inspiring quotes.
And then I saw 18 quotes for cat lovers. And I thought, if you don't ask me any questions, then even if you don't like cats, this serves you right. Actually, there's some really interesting, surprising who some of these people are. So, around 8,000 years ago, cats started hanging out around at farming communities, mainly to feed off the mice and rats that were attracted to the crops. Cats being cats. At first, they weren't too bothered about the nearby humans. The humans, however, were happy for the cats to help out with the rodent problems. And so began a long spell of domestication, or semi-domestication, as most cat owners will attest. Despite living alongside humans for thousands of years, cats are still often considered semi-domesticated, unlike dogs. Dogs offered a whole range of helpful abilities, such as hunting, guarding, and herding. Cats, well, not so much. They've always tended to do their own thing. What's more, while dog breeds are often more than 500 years old, most modern cat breeds only emerged within the last half-century. House cats, therefore, have much more in common, genetically speaking, with their wildcat ancestors than dogs have with wolves. I mean, just look at a Chihuahua or a pug. Today, however, cats are the most prevalent furry pet in the world. True, freshwater fish in aquariums outnumber both cats and dogs by a wide margin, but you can't really hug a fish. Cats are eccentric and often mysterious creatures, but for many cat owners, that only makes them the more lovable. Over the last few centuries, many famous figures have expressed their love and admiration for their feline companions, as the following quotes reveal. Some of these might surprise you. So let's just do it for fun. I believe cats to be spirits come to earth. A cat, I am sure, could walk on a cloud without coming through. Jules Verne. There are no ordinary cats. Colette. The cat is above all things a dramatist. Margaret Benson, author and Egyptologist. What greater gift than the love of a cat? Charles Dickens. If man could be crossed with the cat, it would improve man, but it would deteriorate the cat. Mark Twain. I love cats because I enjoy my home, and little by little they become its visible soul. John Cocteau. If you want to be a psychological novelist and write about human beings, the best thing you can do is to keep a pair of cats. Aldous Huxley. A cat has absolute emotional honesty. Human beings, for one reason or another, may hide their feelings, but a cat does not. Ernest Hemingway. Anyone who considers protocol unimportant has never dealt with a cat. Robert Heinlein. The cat does not offer services. The cat offers itself. Of course, he wants care and shelter. You don't buy love for nothing. Like all pure creatures, cats are practical. William S. Burroughs. If you're feeling bad, you just look at the cats, you'll feel better, because they know that everything is just as it is. There's nothing to get excited about. They just know they're saviors. Charles Bukowski. Cats know exactly where they begin and end. When they walk slowly out the door that you're holding open for them and pause, leaving their tail just an inch or two inside the door, they know it. They know you have to keep holding the door open. Ursula Le Guin. In ancient times, cats were worshipped as gods. They have not forgotten this. Terry Pratchett. I have lived with several Zen masters, all of them cats. Eckhart Tolle. I've met many irresponsible people in my life, but never an irresponsible cat. Rita Mae Brown, author. Way down deep, we're all motivated by the same urges. Cats have the courage to live by them. Jim Davis, creator of Garfield. Owners of dogs will have noticed that if you provide them with food and water and shelter and affection, they will think you are God. Whereas owners of cats are compelled to realize that if you provide them with food and water and affection, they draw the conclusion that they are God. Christopher Hitchens. You can train cats to do anything they want to. Ricky Gervais. Well, that's all I had to say about cats.
It was a lot.
That was a lot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Amazing creatures. And they're wild. They really are only semi-domestic. Yep.
We just had a 17-year-old cat pass away a couple months ago, and he was aggressively loving, and he always targeted the people that were allergic to cats. And
Or hated cats.
Yeah, or hated cats. All the other people that, wanted him to come pet them, he would just go like a beeline target for the ones that he would try and win over. And he won over a lot of people. He cured some people of cat allergies, and
He was on a mission for God
yes, he was.
to convert anyone that didn't like cats. And he did, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Converted people that didn't like cats to cat lovers, and people that were allergic.
Yeah. Even our neighbors. He would go around and visit the neighbors. It's fun. He was a very sweet cat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you have a fear of cats, it could be because in a previous life you got thrown to the lions or something like that. Sometimes the things we react to are to show us what still is unprocessed in the unconscious. Right. I don't like heights. I probably fell off a mountaintop at some point. I really, cuts with blades just make me cringe. So probably in a previous life, maybe I was in warfare with swords or something. Suzanne's got a story like that too. You don't need to tell it. But I just notice the things that you have an aversion to. Because there's something there that's a gift, a revelation, that can be confronted, worked on, healed. It's true. Okay. Well.
Vimeo?
Hmm?
Anything on Vimeo?
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah, no. Okay.
All right. Well, shall we?
Sure.
Okay. Let's do Ananda Madhava.
No.
Okay.
Not my favorite at night.
All right, then. Yeah, we used to do it I did it every Monday night years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And people put up with it. It's really amazing. It is a nice thing to do before the eye light meditation, but we're going to do something else. So just close your eyes. Relax. And invoke the presence in your heart. Deep, deep within your heart dwells the divine presence itself, source. This presence that dwells in you is pure, unconditional love. It knows all of your faults, your mistakes, your quirks, everything you've ever done, everything you're ever going to do that you don't even know about yet. This divine presence knows all about you and loves you unconditionally. There is no distance between you and the divine. In the presence we live and move and have our being. If there was for an instant any separation or distance, we would cease to exist. We live inside the infinite ocean of presence. And it loves us so much. The presence yearns to embrace you and free you from suffering and sadness and fill you with peace and joy and draw you into the deepest oneness with itself. For this is your true divine self, your true nature. Just welcome and receive the blessing, the flowering heart blessing of the divine. It will awaken you, dissolve the illusions of the mind of darkness and separation, which are just bad dreams. It will awaken you to experience the truth. All is one. All is light. All is love. It will flood your mind with right thoughts, inspired ideas, and erase and dissolve the negative feelings and charges and thoughts and programming. The divine will help you with all of that. Just allow it. Receive it. Presence wants to heal your body. Allow it. Receive your healing. It wants to set your relationships right and heal them. The divine loves that more than just about anything. Imagine us all sitting in a circle together with our eyes closed. Lift up your hands with your palms open, facing forward, and just invite the divine to pour grace, the flowering heart blessing through you to all those seated in the circle with you. It's flowing back to you through all of them as well. Now visualize in the center of our circle the beautiful blue planet Earth. And let us ask the divine to flood the earth with the flowering heart blessing, to cause the hearts of all sentient beings on planet Earth flower and blossom in direct knowledge of the divine. We take a strong intention for the divine light and grace to melt away the darkness, the density, the hardness of heart, to melt all the hearts of all the sentient beings on earth, to pour awakening grace, to flood them with amazing grace, to shower the world with enlightenment and the direct knowledge of the divine. Cease to the ends of the earth. May hatred and anger dissolve in the irresistible, infinite light of divine love. Carrying a heavy burden tonight, we invite you to leave it in the middle of the circle in the hands of the divine and let go. Trust, surrender, and trust the infinite love and care of the presence. Now you can just rest your hands somewhere in your lap. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Begin to make direct eye contact with Suzanne and or me as we begin the light meditation. During the light meditation, Suzanne and I are flooded with oceans of grace and love and light. And it begins to stream through every pore of our being to you, especially through our eyes. Mystics have called the eyes the doorways of the soul. The light of the divine streams out of our eyes in through your eye, into your heart of heart, causing the light of awakening, the flames of divine love to burn brighter and brighter and brighter within you. Just keep looking. could close your eyes now. Meditate with us for a few more minutes as the grace we've received settles within. Now keep meditating as long as it feels good to you, or find a place nearby and lie down in Shavasana. Best to lie on your back with your eyes closed, your arms loosely at your sides, with your palms open, turned upward, just dissolve in gratitude in the presence. We love you very much.
Much love, light, and blessings.
Until our paths cross again, know that the divine within us beholds the divine in you.